women's basketball has taken a major leap in how it is perceived globally. For decades, the narrative was the same: small crowds, quiet arenas, and a constant, exhausting fight for basic visibility. But then the tectonic plates of the sports world shifted. Since the arrival of generational stars like Caitlin Clark, the WNBA hasn't just gained a few new fans, it has exploded. We are talking about sold out, packed arenas every single night. We are talking about surging jersey sales that sell out in literal minutes. We are talking about a level of mainstream visibility and cultural dominance that is finally, genuinely starting to approach the realm of men's sports. While the gap hasn't fully closed, the path toward a more balanced, equitable future now feels shorter than it ever has in the history of the sport. But behind the scenes of those sold out arenas and record breaking television ratings, a massive storm was brewing. For months, the entire future of the league was hanging by a thread. There were deep fears, tense negotiations, and real breakdowns. But that massive cultural shift has now translated into the exact thing players have been pushing, fighting, and sacrificing for over the last 2 decades: better pay, real pay, transformational pay. Today, we are breaking down the newly agreed upon collective bargaining framework between the WNBA and its players' union. It is a deal that changes the landscape of professional sports forever. Salaries across the league are expected to rise significantly, and Caitlin Clark is one of the biggest names set to benefit. But the story of how this happened and what it means for the 2026 season is absolutely wild. Stay with us, because what we are about to reveal changes everything you thought you knew about the business of women's basketball. So, what is actually changing with the new WNBA salaries? To understand the magnitude of this moment, you have to understand where the league came from. For years, the absolute best players in the world, women who were Olympic gold medalists and MVP winners, were forced to go overseas during the off-season just to make a living wage. They were putting their bodies on the line 12 months a year, but not anymore. The new agreement introduces a substantial, historic increase in player compensation. For the very first time in league history, top-tier salaries are projected to reach or even exceed $1 million annually. $1 million. Let that sink in. This isn't just a slight bump in pay. This is a foundational rewrite of the league's economic reality. For a superstar like Caitlin Clark, that could mean a salary jump several times higher than her current rookie scale earnings. But here's the catch, and it's a detail that a lot of casual fans are completely missing. However, it's incredibly important to understand that these massive financial increases won't happen overnight. You aren't going to wake up tomorrow and see every player cashing a seven-figure check. The deal still needs to be fully finalized, ratified, and implemented. Furthermore, the newly defined contract structures, which will now include true maximum and NBA-style Supermax tiers, will ultimately determine exactly how much each player can actually earn in any given season. This brings us to the ultimate paradox of the WNBA right now. Caitlin Clark, the player who arguably brought the most unprecedented financial windfall to the league, is currently on a rookie contract with the Indiana Fever. She is, for now, still strictly bound by the league's existing rookie pay scale. That means her biggest, most earth-shattering financial jump won't happen today. It will likely come once she becomes eligible for a brand new contract under this updated system. She is essentially funding the million-dollar paydays for the veterans right now, patiently waiting for her turn at the Supermax table. But make no mistake, when that time comes, it will shatter every record in the book. But why is Caitlin Clark's eventual raise bigger than just her paycheck? Why does her money matter to the entire ecosystem of women's sports? Focusing only on Clark's personal salary risks, missing the much bigger picture. Her impact has been a relentless, undeniable driving force behind the league's unprecedented financial growth. Let's look at the facts. From record-shattering TV ratings that outpace traditional men's sporting events, to an avalanche of massive multi-million-dollar corporate sponsorship deals, her presence helped make this kind of historic collective bargaining agreement possible in the first place. Before this era, the WNBA front office simply didn't have the massive revenue pool to offer million-dollar contracts. The pie was too small. But the arrival of this new generation of stars, led by the unbelievable gravity of Clark, made the pie massive. Fans constantly compared WNBA salaries to leagues like the NBA. And while it's true that NBA bench players often make more than WNBA MVPs, this new deal represents the first giant leap across that chasm. The new deal narrows the gap. It doesn't eliminate it completely, especially when it comes to maximum contracts and the sheer billions in overall league revenue that the NBA generates. But it fundamentally shifts the trajectory. It changes the conversation from, will they ever get paid, to, look at how much they are getting paid. What we are witnessing is the birth of true market value. The players are no longer just asking for respect. They are commanding their worth, backed by hard, undeniable data. Millions of eyes, millions of tickets sold, and billions of digital impressions. But what you didn't see behind the scenes was the very real panic that this could all fall apart. For a while, there was a massive shadow hanging over the league. After months of intense, grueling negotiations, there were genuine breakdowns. The WNBA Players Association was playing hardball, and rightfully so. They knew their value had skyrocketed, and they were not going to settle for an incremental bump. They wanted a revolution. Because of these stalled talks, there was a legitimate, terrifying concern that we might not have a season. The momentum the league had spent years building, the incredible high of the recent drafts, was suddenly at risk of hitting a brick wall. Fortunately, a positive, historic agreement has been reached between the players and the WNBA. Both sides stepped back from the edge, looked at the big picture, and found a path toward a collective bargaining agreement that benefits everyone involved. Although there is still some administrative work to be done, as the terms must be fully finalized and ratified by the union members, there is now a blazing green light. The 2026 season is safe. This had been a major, agonizing concern for the league executives, the players whose livelihoods depended on it, and the millions of fans who couldn't bear the thought of a lockout. Commissioner Cathy Engelbert stepped up to the podium and finally allowed everyone to exhale. She officially confirmed that the 2026 season will begin exactly as planned on May 8, 2026. The engines will start even earlier, with training camps officially scheduled to open their doors on April 19th. In a statement of pure relief and triumph, Engelbert said, "We just had some congratulations with each other. It's been obviously a process, but we're very proud to be leading women's sports. These players are amazing, and we're going to have an amazing 30th season tipping off in May." That 30th season will now not just be an anniversary, it will be a coronation of a new, wealthy, and vastly empowered league. When the news broke, the reaction inside the WNBA locker rooms was electric. This wasn't just a corporate win. This was deeply personal for every woman who had ever laced up sneakers for this league. The most recognizable face in the WNBA Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark, expressed her deep satisfaction with the outcome of the negotiations. Even though she is still on her rookie deal, she recognized exactly what this meant for her peers. Clark said, "Speaking from experience, players like me are going to be the ones that I think feel it the most, and that's what I think we're all super proud of. Because that's what we set out from the beginning, was making sure every player felt the change in the CBA, and that's exactly what has happened." Her words echo a profound maturity. She knows she is the rising tide lifting all boats, and she is genuinely proud to see her veteran teammates finally secure the financial futures they have always deserved. Meanwhile, New York Liberty forward and absolute league icon Breanna Stewart also shared her thoughts on the monumental development. Stewart, who has been a vocal advocate for player equity for years, didn't hold back. "The deal is going to be transformational," Stewart declared. "It's going to build and help create a system where everybody is getting exactly what they deserve and more, from on the court and off the court aspects." Just excited that we can tell our fans that we're going to be back. Stewart's emphasis on both on the court and off the court aspects is crucial. This new agreement isn't just about base salary. It's about travel conditions, family planning, marketing rights, and treating these women like the top-tier global athletes they are. And it wasn't just the megastars speaking out. Brianna Turner provided an incredibly raw, insightful look into what this grueling process was actually like for the players fighting in the trenches. "I truly didn't recognize the dedication and time it takes to build relationships and truly listen to the needs and wants of union members," Turner shared. "This process was so eye-opening to me, and it's been a true honor to help advocate for the past, present, and future of the WNBA. The past, the present, and the future. That is exactly what this new CBA represents. It honors the pioneers who played for pennies, rewards the current stars grinding today, and paves a golden road for the little girls watching on TV right now." So, what is the key question now? It isn't just how much Caitlin Clark will eventually earn, it's when and under exactly what terms. The timeline for the new CBA's full rollout, combined with complex contract eligibility rules, will strictly determine how quickly players can actually access these higher salaries. The front offices are about to face a completely new salary cap reality, and the strategy of team building in the WNBA is about to become as intense and high stakes as the NBA. For fans, this incredibly tense moment in WNBA history ultimately offers profound clarity on where the league is headed. We are looking at steady, unstoppable growth. We are looking at stronger, bulletproof financial backing. And we are looking at a brand new generation of transcendent stars who are completely reshaping the business of women's sports from the ground up. And while Caitlin Clark's future, record-breaking paycheck will likely continue to grab all the mainstream headlines, the real story is actually so much simpler and so much more beautiful. The WNBA is finally entering a phase where its biggest, brightest talents are starting to be paid closer to their true market value. The 2026 season is officially a go. The $1 million era has arrived, and the game of basketball will never, ever be the same. What do you guys think about the WNBA's massive new deal? Does Caitlin Clark deserve the first ever Supermax contract when her rookie deal is up? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that like button if you are hyped for the 2026 season. And make sure to subscribe so you never miss an update on the fastest growing league in the world. See you in the next video.